Newtown a lot when I was really little in the 60s because my grandmother lived in Constable Street, and we chose to come and live in Newtown because again we liked the vibe here, and so we rented in Kenwyn Terrace, and then a couple of years later we moved to Colombo Street just opposite the community centre. So yeah, so we're pretty lucky to live so close to this great place. Come over for yoga classes, I've come to meetings upstairs, I've come to the language classes upstairs, come to the office a few times to ask for stuff or ask about things. I've brought people in, I often bring people who are visiting us in just to show them the whiteboard, just to say, look, we've got this amazing community centre and this is all the cool stuff, and look, every day there's at least 3 or 4 things on.
This is a space that everybody's comfortable with. They come here for their gigs, their fundraisers, their community dinners, their family meetings. People come here and they know it and they love it, and having that openness and people being able to come and feel comfortable in this space and see this amazing art was really cool.
Erin, Ellie, the team of the community center, they know this community and they know what they like and they know what they need, so they made everything thinking on that. And when community came, of course they loved it because it was for them. So I think that was the most special thing and what makes this experience unique.
Art Jam on the weekend was just the most fun I've had in a long time. Was an idea of Erin's, my colleague, the other Kaiwhakahaere coordinator here at the community centre. She thought of it ages ago and thought that it would be a really beautiful way to kind of say goodbye to this beautiful space, the community centre.
I come from a sort of community arts background, and I'm really involved in festivals and different installations and participatory art activities and things, so it just kind of seemed like a melding of those sorts of worlds. And we always wanted to do a big consultation event for the community to make sure that everybody knows what's happening to the building for the renovations, and so it just seemed like a really unique and exciting way to do that. Because the spaces are all sort of hired and used all the time for all different purposes, you can't just wander around the building, so you really only get to see these little glimpses, and I knew that it had all these unique things, and I guess I could see what the renovation would be, and how much changes and how weird and wasted so much of the space is here. So I could really see that, but I knew that maybe the rest of the community that uses the space couldn't see that.
There's a lot of weird passageways and rooms that you would never see if you came here for a yoga class or for a Tai Chi or something. So we thought that we'd open it all up, fill it with local art, fill it with graffiti and other beautiful things from the Newtown community to show both what the building's like, what the new building is going to be like, which is very exciting, and also show off Newtown, because Newtown is the best.
Then I think often it's just a matter of putting an idea out there and being like, yo, who wants to collaborate? Who wants to do something? And knowing that so many artists in Wellington are looking for exhibition opportunities. There's not a huge amount of place to show and display your work.
To get it all ready, we put out submissions. We asked for submissions from local artists. We, mostly Miri, put together a whole bunch of amazing graffiti artists like Curb and all sorts of amazing humans who came and graffiti bombed all over the walls.
Erin wanted to do something related with art to say goodbye in a really cool way to this amazing place, and I thought like, yes, graffiti playground. And she gave us a lot of freedom to just be us and don't like direct us in any kind of direction, but the direction we wanted to go. So that was the coolest part of it, because always when you're gonna paint in a private building, you have a lot of regulations and a lot of directions, but that someone comes to give you the key of a building, knowing and trusting that we will do the best for the space was amazing.
Ver cómo avanzaban, cómo pintaban, cómo creaban, y yo estaba así sentado dibujando en mi cuaderno. Y de a poco me tiré con partes pequeñas del edificio, con unos pequeños pilares, con unos símbolos quizás que tienen un poco de esa esencia indígena, y el resto sí se fue dando muy orgánicamente. Después empezábamos a pintar y como algunos empezaron afuera, otros en otros lugares, y después terminamos todo acá en el hall. Y esa parte fue muy divertida porque, claro, ya era como nuestro último refugio, y peleando contra el tiempo, subiéndonos al andamio, a escaleras, y haciendo como una especie de conexión entre los colores y las cosas que íbamos haciendo.
Which was really exciting to see the process of that, like coming in every couple of days, because we'd mostly moved out, but we came in and like you'd see a new start of a mural on the wall, and you'd come back the next day and there'd be even more, and it was just really exciting to see.
It was pretty mad in some respects, because we were moving an entire community centre, setting up a new community centre, but had heaps of help, and yeah, all of the collaborators that came together were just incredible.
The art started pouring in, the graffiti, the art that people have made, the drawings, the paintings, the little steampunk crabs, you know, all these different pieces of art. And it was a lot of work to get it all set up, but I think it was totally worth it because you could explore through the whole building. We had adults, we had kids, we had people of all ages coming through and just being really excited.
Came with my son, who has had a little bit of involvement with the community centre. So we came over on the Saturday and had a really good look around, and just, it blew me away. It was awesome. There's so much fantastic stuff.
People left with smiles on their faces. I'd be like, oh, did you see this room? Did you see that room? And they'd be like, no, I have to go and find it. So, you know, people would go back and be like, oh, I didn't want to miss anything. So it was really good.
My favourite part was just that everything was a surprise. I think I liked how unexpected it was. I think a lot of people thought they were coming to walk around a gallery show and maybe with a few walls that had been painted on. So I got a real kick out of people being like, whoa, oh, okay. You know, there's like 10 installations and, you know, like 30 different murals and artwork as well, and things that I can do.
I just felt it was a very nice finale, and it felt great to have so many people just coming and experiencing the centre, the space. I think it's a really nice way of involving the community in things, because as you say, there are people moving around the space, and part of the enjoyment that I had was watching other people's responses, especially kids.
And the number of people who said to me, oh my gosh, it should have always looked like this, you know? The murals bring so much life and so much vibrancy to Newtown, and Newtown is a place that is full of life and very vibrant. So I think people want the community centre to reflect that. So people are looking forward to a new community centre, hopefully with a bit of, you know, life in it.
Some jam and some spread, and Angie for cooking them. What could you possibly find? Let's take a little bit of a walk. Well, there's art everywhere, incredible art everywhere. You are invited to open the door and see what's inside. Oh my God!
Community spaces are really vital to healthy and connected communities, because hopefully that's what they do. They bring people together and connect people and allow people to have a place to celebrate, to express themselves, to connect with their particular communities, if not the wider community, you know. So community space is so important, and yeah, art is as well. Put those two things together and like, yes.